For the first time ever, WWE WrestleMania, that's right, the Super Bowl of wrestling, has a possibility of being canceled. We have a lot to talk about. I'm going to give my thoughts on, do I think WrestleMania should be canceled? What are they going to do instead? Where do they go from here? And why is it possibly going to be canceled? So, as we know, there's a big virus going around, and I can't even mention the name without the video getting demonetized. I've seen a lot of people actually commenting on this, talking about sports, talking about people that have it, talking about it in general, and that's actually just getting them demonetized. So their videos have to be edited, they have to take that word out, and then they can re-upload them. So you guys know what's going on. The virus, the C word, we're going to call it the C word. As you know, there's a huge outcry of this, and it just came out today, a huge breaking news that the NBA is actually going to be ending its season and suspending it indefinitely until they can figure it out. The NBA is in indefinite suspension. A Utah Jazz All-Star has tested positive. Sources tell. He says he's feeling good, strong, and stable, and was feeling good, strong enough to play tonight. So the NBA, they have decided that they are going to cancel their season because they don't want anybody else to catch it. And going forward, they're going to just try and figure this out and let it all play out. But as now, the season is going to be over. They're going to play their last game tonight, I believe. And then after that, there's no more. There's no more of the NBA. And it's just done. I mean, it'll come back once all this blows over and they figure it all out. That's what's going to be happening. So, also, there has been a ban on travel for the next 30 days for people coming from Europe to the United States. So, Donald Trump has issued that out there. So, that's going on. Another huge thing that came out is that Tom Hanks, that's right, Tom Hanks, he's got it. He's in Australia filming a movie, and he has it. Hopefully, they get that all figured out, and he's okay, but that's a big thing. That makes me want to know, what is the deal with WrestleMania? I've been wondering this for a while, and WWE hasn't really issued a statement. They actually came out before, and they said that they care about their fans, and that if anything does happen, they are going to take the proper precautions, and they could possibly cancel WrestleMania. But up to this current point, they have not canceled WrestleMania. It's still as a go. And this is a big problem, and I'm just thinking of this right now, is any convention in general. E3 has actually been canceled as well, which is something that I wanted to talk about as well. But E3 is getting canceled. That's where the Entertainment Expo is, and they talk about all the video games coming out. You have like all these big companies out there. They're talking about this, and they said, you know what, we're going to cancel it, and we're going to do something different. Are they going to do an online live stream type thing? I think that might be best for what they're going to be doing. Are they going to be just like, like live streaming different companies, talk about their products and stuff like that? That might be the best thing. In Japan, when it goes to wrestling, they have actually done some shows over there with no fans in attendance, and they've just done this stuff, and that's pretty cool. So that's really awesome. And, they're still continuing to put out product, but they're also not putting all the fans and people coming to the shows at risk with the C word. So that's pretty good on them. So that makes me wonder, should WWE cancel WrestleMania? And if they do, what do they do instead of this? Well, NXT has a special going on, the WWE NXT Fan Appreciation from the Performance Center. And that's something that I think they could be heading towards more of these with this going on. And if the virus continues and it gets stronger and things get worse, then that's something they need to think about, is doing more stuff from the Performance Center, because you can get wrestlers, you can get fans. I mean, if you want to let some fans in, I don't know if you do or not. I don't know. It's just a weird thing, because you want to continue to put out a product for people to watch, but then at the other hand, you don't want people to get sick, and then it's just kind of like this iffy thing. What are you going to do? And WWE, in reality, has no days off. They have no end. They have no stop time to their schedule. They just keep going, and that's meaning that this would hurt their business, and that's what's going to happen. So WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year. It's in Tampa, Florida this year, and that's where people come from all over the world to actually go see WrestleMania. Now, there's that ban from people coming from Europe to the United States to prevent the spread. Does that mean that they're not going to be able to attend WrestleMania? That's scary. that's a scary thought for people, because WrestleMania is not just a one-time show. This is like people coming from all over the world to travel. They spend a lot of money on tickets and a lot of money on flights and hotels and all that. And it's got to make me wonder, is WWE going to pull the trigger here, and are they going to cancel this? I think they should. Honestly, if the NBA does, maybe we'll get other, professional sports like NHL, I think is going on, and like other major sporting things. They could cancel their stuff. WrestleMania to me is just a hub for germs. It's a hub for people to get sick and spread anything, whether it's the common cold to the worst thing possible. There's going to be germs. You got people from all over the world traveling to one central location, and things are bound to be happening. I went to C2E2 in Chicago, and I went to the AEW show Revolution, and there was just me washing my hands constantly. James and I and Trevor, we were walking around, and we were like, okay, there was literally no hand sanitizer anywhere. So we had to go to the bathroom like constantly to wash our hands to make sure that we were staying healthy, because I don't want to get sick from this just being in the air with everybody and being around all these people and being around these germs. And then you got all these people in one spot, and that's just bad. As you know, there was a cruise ship that actually had it, and then they kept everybody on the cruise ship, and then everybody got it, and that's just very, very scary. The big thing about this, though, is that what I'm hearing from this is that it is getting to older people and people that have like immune system issues and stuff like that, and that's where the issue comes in. Not everybody that gets it is going to be, dead in a day. That's not how it works, but there is that risk that if you do get it, it can get worse, and then things can turn to the worst. And if you, like, some people say, oh well, I never go to the doctor. Well, maybe you should now. That's kind of one of those things where it's up in the air, where people are like, no, I'm feeling fine, I'm good, I'm great, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And that's where it's coming in, is like people don't even know that they have it, and then they get it, and then like there's cases of like Uber drivers who had it, and then they are spreading it. It's like, I'm so scared to even like leave my house at this point. It's just one of those things where it's like everybody is on alert with this. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's going, this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue business as usual, but if things get worse, we're going to go down. And I think WWE's at a point where they need to say something sooner than later, because I don't want to get to the point where it's 0 hour and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, we're just going to cancel it. And that's not what I want to see. I want them to be like, okay, we understand. This is what's going on. At this current time, we're going to postpone it. And going into the future, we will have it at this other date when everything blows over, and we'll do it another time. I don't know what they're going to do for their matchups, because WWE's on this like very tight ship schedule thing here, where they're like, okay, here's the matches, and here's the matches, and here's how it's going to all lay out. And are they going to be able to fold, like get this to somehow steer this ship, which is funny because it's a pirate ship and it's WrestleMania. Are they going to be able to steer this to the right direction and make everything go business as usual here? I don't know. WrestleMania is just, again, right around the corner. And honestly, if it's up to me, if I'm going to pull the trigger, if I'm going to make that call, I'm going to say yes, cancel WrestleMania, let everybody know right away, tell everybody that we will postpone it and your tickets are still valid, and whenever we can do it again, we will do it. And for now, we're going to, make sure everybody's safe. And that's the best case scenario here, is just to make sure that everybody stays safe, because as a business, you don't want to be one of those businesses that's like liable, and you have to bad look on you, and you have to backpedal, and you have to say, in hindsight, we shouldn't have done that. We're sorry. And that's not something that they want on their end. So honestly, to me, I would say cancel it, move forward, honor those tickets, give people refunds if they want. If you're hotels, if you're airlines or whatever, let people out of that. I definitely would just kind of honor all of this while this is going on and say, you know what, we'll let you do whatever. You can come back, stay here again, whatever. But I'd say give people their money back if they want, refund. And then, if people honor them, say, hey, we're going to do this at a later date. We'll give you a voucher, or come back, keep your ticket, come back at whatever, and you're good to go. That's how I see it. But this is such a scary time because, like I said, for the first time ever, we could see like the biggest pay-per-view of all time being canceled. And to me, it's not a place that I want to go to get my germs. If this was like a one-time thing, right? If I was going to say that like you go for the show and then you go home, That's the kind of thing where I could kind of understand, okay, maybe you could do that. But WrestleMania is like a whole week of festivities and wrestling shows, and the independent scene has so much stuff going on, and there's just like things and things and things and things and things, and it's crazy. And there's also been a lot of talk about the shows that are running out there, that are running, you know, with WWE, not WWE shows, but independent shows that are running their stuff. Do they still do their things, even though WrestleMania might not actually go there? And I say to that, no. I say, I know it's like a loss in business, and that's like the biggest revenue, and all these wrestlers make their most money at this current time, but it's really not worth it. It's really not risking it to go out there and, you know, get sick and worse, you know, because But anyway, that's where we're going to wrap it up today. I say, we'll see where this goes. To me, it's not worth the risk. WrestleMania, basically, just close it, honor the deal, let people leave, let them go on their way. If they want to come back, you know, to a different show, or let them come back to WrestleMania whenever they do it again, postpone it, but let it happen. But for now, I'd say just cancel it, give people refunds, or honor them whenever you do it again. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think that WrestleMania should be canceled, yes or no? And what would you do in the future if you're going to cancel this? Are you going to do more stuff at the PC, like more fan appreciation stuff? Or maybe you do WrestleMania, but nobody's in attendance. That's a weird thing, but it could definitely happen. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Stay safe. Wash your hands for 20 seconds or more. Please do. And as always, I'm TonyPizzaGuy. We will see you in another video.